And now let's proceed the most important, no, the most significant part of this program. Of course, let us call so papadayan tano, bagadatan tano, amana so apo tano bun, amana si Grand Mufti AbuHurairah Udasan para ibigay po sa atin yung significance. Why are we wearing hijab?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ba'd. May respect pagdating ko ni ahli ko niya si member of the parliament si Baynon karon niya awatan ay ganat pan sa kawatainin na side by side umangkuan na makadtayo ka kami kasi siya sa front line kanu gihadtan no. Pagdating ko, inani sabiwang kwanan, watak kwanan si Dr. Susana, member of the parliament. Ngunay, watak kwa niya sa kawanan kwa niya, si Bay Aida, as kanina Minister of Science and Technology, a member of the BangsaMoro Transition Authority. Taman sa watak kwa na ni si Bay Mariam Daud. Ngulangon sa kano mga watak ko, mga apo ko, saan sa kasangulang ko. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And good morning to everybody. The topic given to me is significance of hijab. Hijab is an Arabic word which has a very broad meaning. Sometimes it means cover. Sometimes it means screen. And of course, hijab, as the center of our discussion as of now, is veil or hijab used by the Muslim woman. Not only the Muslim woman has to use hijab, but the woman of the so-called revealed religion, the three revealed religion, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. The imposition of hijab by the Islamic Sharia, which sources are the glorious Quran and the Sunnah to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is with the wisdom and the purpose of taking a preventive measure or precautionary measure against falling to actual commission of adultery. And I believe that all religions in this world are common on the prohibition of commission of adultery. The first five books of the Old Testament, of the Bible in the hand of the people of the book, we can find there that the so-called the Ten Commandments, and one of these commandments is the prohibition of adultery. And this book, known as the Law of Moses, has been revealed to Moses for the Bani Israel. If you go to the Old Testament of the Bible in the hand of the people of the book, with due respect to Watakwanya si Dr. Susana, the second book of the Old Testament, chapter 20 and starting verse number 3, the commandment number 1 is thou shalt not have any other gods beside me. And the commandment number 7, thou shalt not commit adultery. Direct. The injunction of the Bible in the Old Testament have been emphasized also by the New Testament. You can go to the first canonical gospel according to St. Matthew, chapter 19 and verse 18, you shall not commit adultery. It seems that the prohibition of commission of adultery, according to the injunction of the Bible, is very clear. Direct to commission of adultery is prohibited. Now let us go to the glorious Quran. Verse 32 of Surah Al-Isra. يقول الله سبحانه وتعالى ولا تقربوا الزنا إنه كان فاحشة وساء سبيلا. You should not get near to adultery, knowing that commission of adultery is an indecent deed and an evil way. We can notice that in this verse of the glorious Quran, we have to take a preventive measure. Getting near to adultery is forbidden. How much more for actual commission of adultery? So hijab is one of our steps in getting away from from commission of adultery. And I believe that this verse of the Quran, glorious Quran, and the injunction of the Bible is addressed, although addressed to the individual, but more to the authority. Mr. Authority, you have to be sure that no one will commit adultery or even get near to adultery. All activities deemed prelude to the commission of adultery should be prohibited. And of course, it has been read, it has been recited by Ustaz Jihan already. The verse number 30 to 31 of Surat An-Nur. قل للمؤمنين يغضوا من أبصارهم ويحفظوا فروجهم ذلك أزكى لهم إن الله خبير بما يصنعون. O Muhammad, tell the believing men to lower their gaze and to safeguard their chastity and modesty, their private part, and that is more pure for them, knowing that Allah is well acquainted with what they are doing. The next verse goes like this: وَقُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنَاتِ يَغْضُبْنَ مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِنَّ وَيَحْفَظْنَ فُرُوجَهُنَّ وَلَا يُبْدِينَ زِينَتَهُنَّ إِلَّا مَا ظَهَرَ مِنْهَا وَلْيَضْرِبْنَ بِخُمُرِهِنَّ عَلَى جُيُوبِهِنَّ الآية. Tell the believing woman that they should lower their gaze. They have to protect, safeguard their chastity and modesty. And they should not expose, they should not display their beauty, their ornament, whether the native beauty or the ornament, except, that is exceptional here, is what is usually displayed at his face or hand. وَلْيَضْرِبْنَ بِخُمُرِهِنَّ عَلَى جُيُوبِهِنَّ, and they should draw their veil, their hijab, over their bosom. You know, during the early days of Islam, hijab has been strictly complied with. But after the eruption of the World War First and World War Second, there was a change. During the World War First, all the European countries had mobilized their men for military service for the country. And after the war was over, because when these men had left their civil services, they have been replaced by women. And after the World War was over, the women started to claim absolute equality with men. They have claimed that they have proven their capability to work side by side with men, yes, in any field of profession. And then the World War II again erupted. And America had thrown their women to directly serve to military in any field, like Air Force, Marine, and Infantry. And after the World War was over, it was very hard for the Muslim woman to go back to the normal hijab environment. You know, they have been influenced. Most of the women of the Islamic countries have been influenced by the women of the secular West in their mentality of claiming to be equal with men. Yes. You know, I have to tell this story because it is a proof that some of the Muslim women have been influenced by the secular way. Since 4 years ago, I've been waiting for my flight at the Manila International Airport. I've been waiting for my flight for Kuala Lumpur. It so happened that I have been acquainted with a German mother, a young mother from Germany. She was a Muslim. She was about 30 years old. She was waiting for her flight for Germany. It so happened that we have been acquainted, and I told her, I asked her, are you a Muslim? She said, yes. So why don't you use headscarf? I told her. I was addressing her as my daughter. Oh, my daughter, why don't you use headscarf? You know what was the reaction of this young Germany mother? She told me, why put the blame on us? Why not put the blame on the eyes of men who are sharply looking at us? You know, instead, she said, we women are beautiful. We are created by God as beautiful. Our beauty is the creation of God. So, why conceal this creation of God? We have to be proud of it because it is a creation of God. Then I believe that most of our women now have been influenced by this mentality. We have to be proud of our beauty. So I told him, of course, I could not, around 1 minute, I was not able to respond to the argument of this young mother until I appraised her face. Of course, she was beautiful. So I told her, daughter, if you are inside your private room with your husband, you should display the whole of your fascinating beauty. This is consistent with the advice or the Islamic teaching and Islamic practice. But if you are in front of the public, you should not display your fascinating beauty. Yes. And one of these prevention to display our fascinating beauty is usage of hijab. Yes. And I believe that there are some, of course, I have received some allegations that celebration of hijab day is somewhat innovation or bid'ah. So it was my answer to the one who asked me. I said, I hope that every day will be hijab day, so that every day our Muslim woman will use hijab. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.